Camp NaNoWriMo, July has a very special place in my heart because it was the first camp that I ever tried to film. And I'll let you in on another secret, which is that I filmed a camp vlog in 2019 and never posted it. Not only was it the first vlog I ever actually posted, it was the first one I ever tried. So I just really love Camp July. It has really good, like, fun, yummy energy, and it's just like the time of going at your own pace. Hi everyone, my name is Anna. I'm a fantasy writer who sometimes makes videos. This time we are still working on the fantasy novel. I want to get another 15K rewritten this month. That's my goal. I thought about doing another 20 like I did in April, but I just have so much going on with the wedding that I thought that probably wasn't a good idea. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. I thought, let's start realistic. That's kind of my new philosophy, because every time I try to push hard with camp, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So I think camp is just about keeping yourself going, keeping some consistent momentum, but I'm trying to keep it really, really achievable. So that's what we're doing. It's day 3, and I already had a really good writing session this morning. I got about, I don't know how many words it was exactly, because I copied a lot of things over from 0 draft into the draft 1, and we're gonna go through and like tweak a bunch of stuff, but I'm sitting at about 3,000-ish words added. But now that I'm getting further into Act 2, definitely have this feeling like I need to go back and look at my outline, because the plot points that I have for this part are very vague and I need to kind of lay out more specifically what's happening. And so I'm so ahead on words, I'm just gonna take a break, look at the outline, look at this that I have down here. That's my plot planner that I did not ever post a video about, but very helpful. Kind of decide, where these plot points are going to be set, what the scenes are going to look like, how it's actually going to come together, because a lot of my outlining was things like character A and B get closer, or the plan develops, or she practices her magic, and it's like, what does that look like? What does that mean? Where is that? What kind of interesting set pieces could I put in? So trying to prevent my white room syndrome from popping up. I think I'm gonna take the rest of today and just do some pre-planning and make sure that I really have a solid plan for Act 2. Act 1 felt really great because I have written that Act 1. This is probably my 4th time writing Act 1. I kind of know the beats like the back of my hand. They've moved around, but there's no mistaking what's happening in each scene. And Act 2 does not feel that way, because this is the only second time that I've ever written Act 2. Yeah, we're just gonna work on specificity today. Okay, alright, time for another update. It has been a few days. So today is Wednesday, July 7th. We're already 1 week into camp. Holy crap. I haven't really done a ton of writing since last week. In other words, no writing since last week. I had a 4-day break for 4th of July, which was really nice, and I did a lot of writing on that Friday that I had off, and really not anything else since then. I just really enjoyed my time off and did a lot of reading. I spent like all of Saturday basically reading Blood Like Magic because I got into the middle of it and just couldn't stop. So lots of reading was had, but not very much writing. I think I'm also getting a little bit stuck and second guessing myself because I'm doing a lot of zero drafting to fill in the middle. If you watched me zero draft this book, then you probably remember that the middle is kind of non-existent. Basically, anytime I got a little stuck, I just skipped stuff. There's also, you know, just the fact of it being completely underdeveloped. So there's a ton of stuff missing in the middle, and it feels a lot like I'm writing it from scratch. The plot that I'm trying to move forward right now is the romance arc. And now that my two characters have met and they're starting to work together, I kind of need to start figuring out what I want that arc to look like. And I'm struggling with how to make people like each other authentically. Like, I don't want it to feel too fast. I don't want it to be boring. And it can't just be them showing up, meeting up at the same time every day and having a conversation and like 8 of those scenes. Like, that's not interesting at all. They need to be doing stuff together. So I'm trying to think of like different activities that they could do, different mishaps that could happen that might, you know, bring them closer together. So I'm just feeling really self-conscious about rushing that and making it feel stupid. And I know, again, I'll say it over and over again, like, you're not going to get it right the first time, so just write it. And I have to keep telling that to myself, that I have to do it wrong so that I can do it right later. And however it comes out in this first draft, I'm probably not going to like it, but it will exist, so it will be better than the previous zero draft. So maybe later down the line I'd like to maybe do a bit of a reading project where I really study like romance arc progression in fantasy novels, and ones where I think it was done well and I liked it, or ones where I just didn't have enough time to connect with the characters before they got together, and so it just feels hollow. Like, that's basically what I'm trying to avoid. I just don't want it to like feel like insta-love, basically. So yeah, that's in the back of my mind, and I think I've been using it as an excuse to put off getting back into Act 2. But, you know, we just have to do it. So I think my solution is I am just going to write as many scenes with my two characters together as I can think of, like different stuff that they could be doing, and then I'll figure out what order everything goes in and what's going to go in between those scenes later. So I can just get some romance beats down. So that will kind of give me permission to just write really shitty for a little while, and then we can pepper in some of the other plot beats that I had figured out in the zero draft. Yeah, so today I've got writing sprints with Hudson, which is awesome. She's been such a good accountability buddy. And I'm gonna try and write another scene with the two of them where they go swimming at a water hole, which I think was a suggestion that I got from the Troublemaker stream, where I was thinking over this kind of stuff, and that was a suggestion that someone shouted out. So my little brain just latched onto it and was like, that sounds good, because before now, I don't think there was any scene in the whole book where my character would have been having fun or was relaxed or chill at all. Like, no stress relief for my character whatsoever. So it might be nice for me to include something like that. And, you know, it kind of makes sense that she would need to let her guard down a little bit for the romance arc to progress, or for her to even just make a friend. Well, let's be real. So I think that that's a really good idea. They'll have a nice hour or two at the water hole relaxing before I ruin it for them. And something you know, will happen to complicate things all over again. But anyway, so I'd probably say as far as word count, I'm still somewhere around 3,300, I think. I got really ahead the first weekend and then just kind of wrote out my extra words. So it's time for me to start making more progress again. Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday the 13th, and it has been a minute. It's been a minute. I have a lot to catch you up on as far as my thoughts, but not a ton to catch you up on as far as writing. I'll go ahead and show you my graph. So, here's the sadness. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's just what it is. I just am not in the zone. Not in the zone. I keep telling myself that I'm gonna break the dry spell. You know, today's the day, and then I do not. And my head is just really not in it. My head's not in it. And I think it's just because I'm in stress mode right now. When we have something big going on in our lives, sometimes we go into survival mode where we drop things because we're just trying to get through the thing that is stressing us out, and we need to put things down with the knowledge that we will pick them up again later. And for me, that thing is the wedding. It's getting to the point where I am severely stressed out. Both of us are. And I can kind of understand now why my writing has just floundered, because my head's not in it. Normally, whenever I zone out or my mind drifts or I'm in the shower or I'm walking or doing dishes or whatever, my mind is going elsewhere, and my mind usually goes to my book and turns over where I am in the book, the scene I just wrote or the scene I'm going to write, just mulling over things and daydreaming. And that piece is so underrated as far as writing work. The daydreaming, I think, is so important to staying in the zone, keeping in that drafting headspace even when you're not writing, so that it feels like you're continuously immersed in the story and nothing is really that far from mind. But now, whenever my mind wanders, it doesn't go anywhere near my book. Anytime my mind wanders, it is going to the wedding. It is going to, oh my god, I have to order this, and this, because the wedding is only 2 months away and I need everything to get here in time. It is going to, what if my fitting goes horribly? It is going to, what if we forget this? What if this? What if this? I'm focusing on making sure that I pack everything that I need for the wedding, because I'm leaving to go to New Hampshire this weekend, and this is my last chance to kind of make sure that I bring with me everything that I need for the next 2 months. On top of, you know, we're just getting to the part of wedding planning that's all tiny little details, tiny little annoying details, and they're all the things that you think are the fun part, but by the time you get here, you're so exhausted that it's just more decisions. And you just feel overwhelmed. So every time my mind drifts, it is going to the wedding and worrying. I'm also having wedding nightmares and wedding dreams almost every single night, where I dream that I go to my fitting and my dress is like orange, or it, you know, my seamstress doesn't have any appointments and she can't take me for the rest of the summer, or the wedding comes and we haven't done any planning and 120 people show up for nothing. And all these wedding dreams are just relentless. Like, they are honestly the worst part so far. They're traumatizing. And I have not been sleeping. My sleep schedule is completely fucked. And I think that's another reason why I've just been going into survival mode, because I'm not sleeping. So I'm just trying to get through my workday and eat something. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Writing has just fallen out of my brain, and I'm really frustrated about that because I really had a dream to finish this rewrite before Nano and work on a new book in November. And the more time goes by, the more I am coming to the terms with the fact that that's not going to happen. I'm just, I think, dealing with some sadness about the fact that I have to put the writing down a little bit. Like, I think I'm still going to meet my camp goal pretty easily, but as far as being done before the wedding or even being done before Nano, I just don't know. I just don't know. Just have to accept the fact that I'm in stress mode right now, and I have to put something down in order to fit everything in my brain. My brain is telling me, you do not have enough space for all of this. You don't. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm also struggling because of where I am in the book. I think I'm probably in the fun and games part of Act 2, so that is also known as the promise of the premise. So if you think about the things that you would put on the back cover of your book to really sell people on it and get them to pick it up. So for me, that would be like people using elemental magic, a spy who's acting as a double agent, maybe falling in love with her target, you know, those things, those bullet points. Those are the things that really come to life in this section of the book, and you're really delivering on that promise. I'm trying to really kickstart this romance arc and have no idea what I'm doing. And all of a sudden my outline is just too vague. And so I'm just discovery writing a lot of it and trying to accept that I have no idea where these chips are going to fall and how I'm going to order these scenes. And I don't enjoy how non-linear everything is feeling. I'm feeling very scrambled. I don't know I don't know where I am in the story anymore. So I'm feeling the desire to like put on the brakes and think a little bit and plot a little bit more carefully, but I can't because it's camp and I have a word goal. Normally this is the time where I would step back and just kind of mull things over, do the daydreaming, do the thinking, but my brain is not into that right now. And just have to accept that it's going to be a mess, and whatever I can do is fine. I'll also do a shot of my board. It has not changed. I've just started discovery writing scenes that will probably go in 9, 10, 11, I'm guessing. No idea. I'm just kind of like word dumping into my dabble, and we will spread everything out among those 3 chapters and pepper in some other things. And so not being able to fill in these boxes is also making me feel like I am not moving at all. Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, good luck at it. I didn't even notice, like, I didn't even notice it at first. And it's like, because I'm like, okay, I think I got everything. And I look up and I'm like, changing it.
So, it's been a minute. A lot of things have changed. Well, a few things. My hair is different. I'm in a different state. And my wedding stress has increased about 5-fold. So I thought we could come out to our ceremony space and decompress about writing a little bit. So it is Thursday, July 22nd. I am kind of in shock that July went by so quickly. It's been a lot of negative thinking. Basically, I just am really beating myself up for how little I've been able to write, or times when I didn't write when I could have. But I was just so stressed out that my brain couldn't compute. I wasn't even watching YouTube videos for the past week. I've just kind of been like Authortube absent. I had been at a really good spot in the book where I had kind of gotten my groove back with the middle, where I got to a part of the book that I was zero drafting and actually having more fun with. Like I think it finally clicked in my brain, like the fun and games part of the book is supposed to be fun. What tropes can I use that would be fun? And that kind of sparked a lot of ideas, and so I'm just, going on a nice flow with a couple of scenes. In normal times, I would be really chugging through the section, but I just keep starting and stopping. Having fun with the writing, but just not writing. I can't make it make sense. Once upon a time, I had been planning on doing 10K this month because I knew it was going to be a garbage fire. And then I was like, no, you can do it. 15's easy. Regrets. So I am thinking about changing my goal. I'm thinking a lot about Becca's video that she made at the beginning of this month, where she talked about, camp. There's no reason to stress about camp. And if your goal is not working out for you, then just change it. Just change it. If there's still time, I think I'm going to change my goal from 15 to 10. Okay, I'm getting eaten by bugs.
Looks like Anna is here.
Hi.
Hi! I finally broke my writing slump. So we just finished the stream with Michael and it went really well. It's always so much fun on his streams. I literally feel so dumb when the riddles come up, but that's okay. I just feel so much better for having finally broken my writing slump. And what I basically did was I picked up that section from my zero draft that I knew was coming up next and that was probably going to stay mostly the same, and I just dropped it into my new draft. And so it looks like I have met my 10,000 words, but I have not, because I need to go through that whole section, convert it into third person the way I've been doing this whole time, and filling in and editing and revising and all that. So yeah, word count looks better, but I have one more day to really say that I got this section done. And so that is the plan for tomorrow, the last day of camp.
on the 31st, that is what I did. I just went through and polished up that last section with those last few thousand words that I knew I was going to get to keep. Then I spent the rest of the day staining our ceremony benches with my mom. Thanks everyone for watching this vlog. I'm sorry that it might have been a little disappointing, and the month was disappointing to me too. I've been on Authortube recording my journey for a year now, and there are ups and downs in everyone's journey, including mine, and this month was definitely a down. So yeah, speaking of my 1-year anniversary, I posted my first Authortube video on August 31st, so I'm going to do a little bit of a writing sprint live stream one day around there, so stay tuned. I'll be posting the details for that pretty soon, and hope you'll come hang out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.